an odd term for it, the pit.
Yeah.
Tyler Money Banks coming out of Raktan Gym, coaches Jamul, Jadamba, and Mike de Guzman. And I've seen Money before, and he is a very unorthodox fighter. He's a southpaw, but he likes to stay outside, and he's got generally the few times I've seen him, low guard. Last time I saw him was his first fight. Low guard, he really comes in with power on every shot.
Okay.
Hands are down, long hands, and really is trying to take your head off with every punch that he throws. And he feels that his first fight was against a southpaw fighter, and he's a southpaw, but most of his training partners naturally were orthodox.
Right.
He is now facing Bart Tabaszewski, who is an orthodox. He feels it's going to be to his advantage.
Yeah, that's always one thing to take into account, right? When you're fighting somebody in a different guard than you, the way you angle, the way you circle, your leads, they change.
Sure.
So it's kind of fun to train for that.
Yeah. Bart Tabaszewski, originally out of Krytniec, Poland, came here at the age of 19, now trains with Renzo Gracie, comes to the ring with a record of 3-4-1. Now, most of these were pre-COVID. 7 of them were 4 years ago, and he just fought again a year ago, and that was a loss. Right after COVID, he came back, so he's eager to get this win. And he, in his opinion, he thinks he's a volume striker. He pushes a high pace, moves around a lot, which I think is a really interesting stylistic matchup here for a guy like Banks. Somebody who's throwing power shots versus somebody who's moving around and using his angles. So we're going to see.
Yeah, you got somebody trying to take your head off, and you got another person using volume. So fun.
Yeah.
Representing Raktan, this is Tyler Banks. And his opponent, standing to my left, fighting out of the red corner, representing Renzo Gracie. This is Bartek Tabaszewski.
Whoa. What the? What was that?
A little air conditioning for you.
Those guys getting too hot in there. They have to cool them down.
Now,
Bartek
felt pretty good.
Yeah, from Renzo's coaches Joe Sampieri, Wes Curran in the corner. He's also got Mike McKee and the New York legend, the mayor, Elijah Clark. And here we go, first of 3 scheduled 2-minute rounds. Ooh. Both of them quick starters here. You can see Banks seems a little faster out of the gate.
I can see exactly what you're saying about his hands being low and then throwing those power shots.
Yeah, really going for it.
You see, Bart trying to keep his composure and not get too hype or get overwhelmed by Banks.
But it's hard catching it. You only need to catch a few of those for it to change your mind.
Yeah. Worked on slipping and ducking under him, maybe an eye poke with the glove. I mean, it happens. You get like the thumb of the glove in your eye.
Yeah.
It's very it stings.
A nice evasion back from Bart, but he was unable to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Banks threw that kick naked, and it was like easy to see.
Banks is a very outside leaping kind of style. He's like a Tommy Hearns. He's out there, and then he's got such long arms. He's trying to catch you.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, he did tell us he wanted to use side kicks more in this fight. Just tried the first one.
Love a good side kick.
The kick goes unchecked, but it does get responded to.
Yeah. And you can see with the southpaw position pawing out, and that was really smart by Bart to really use that long leg and go to the body against the southpaw and use that roundhouse kick to the midsection. Let's see if he throws more of those. You
had mentioned earlier, Phoenix, that strategy when it's a southpaw and an orthodox, doing that battle to keep that lead leg on the outside. And Tabaszewski in the red seems to be doing a very good job of that.
Yeah, it's a smart decision because you want to set up your longer rangier weapons, right? Like your closest available weapon is now switched. Your jab is different. So it helps. It helps to line yourself up and stay away from their power shot. That ends our round one.
A good showing from both. I think somebody just watching may think, oh, Banks was doing very well, but he wasn't having he was being aggressive, but was it effective aggression? Didn't seem to shake Bart in the red corner by much at all.
I agree, and I think that it's.
All right, our official ring card girl, Kim, is letting us know we're going into round number 2.
I didn't want to talk
And both
over
of the
Larry
bo-
Legend there. I think what you're saying is 100% correct. Like Bart keeping his composure against that sort of wild style could level the playing field a little bit because it looks like Banks is obviously the more powerful
Right,
of the
sure.
two.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely looks that way, but yeah, he's. I want to see what happens now, being in the corner with Mike McKee and Elijah Clark. What strategy he comes out with next?
Yeah, I think the impressive thing really about Renzo Gracie Muay Thai is that they rather you be clean than fancy,
Right.
and I've always found that impressive about them.
Inside kick to start it from Tabaszewski. Tabaszewski angling nicely. He did tell us he likes to move around a lot, use those angles.
Banks checking those kicks now.
Oh, looks like, and Orthodox versus Southpaw, that is quite a regular occurrence that
Very
your
common.
Warlocker Cup gets tested. Thankfully, he was wearing it properly, and it did protect his legacy.
Yes, that's right, his legacy.
Remember, folks, Warlocker are your besties to protect your testes.
Are you just coming up with these off on the spot?
Yes, I did. That one was.
Wow, you need to
off the
rap
top.
battle Eminem or something. Here we go, back to the action.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know, it just looked like a trip.
Slip, yeah. I always get concerned when guys go down fast like that. Could be an injury or something like
Yeah,
that.
injury, flash knockout.
So it seems like Bart in the red being on the outside, he was throwing kicks just
There we go.
outside his range.
Started to utilize it again.
Now, it looks like the height advantage goes to Tabaszewski in the red, but the reach advantage may well go to Banks.
I think you're right.
And Banks is so far outside, it seems like he's almost got to telegraph those shots a lot. And Bart may be reading into that. Oh, nice response, but Banks is back on top of him. That was a brutal left hook coming in that Bart got out of the way of.
Yeah, Bart has some speed on those legs, but he's got to follow up with something, right? Like he was landing quick roundhouse kicks just a couple seconds ago, but just not following through. Once you get your opponent just a little bit off balance, it's a good opportunity to capitalize. So maybe just a little bit more activity is what we need from Bart coming into this third round, because we're about to end the second round here.
Very even second round. I think Tabaszewski in the red may have the edge in this round. I mean, he did very well. He seems to have landed more of the shots. Banks not quite landing as many, but still posing a major threat.
Yeah, he doesn't land as many, but when he lands them, you can tell.
Oh, yeah. When he lands them, you can tell he means it.
He has more of the power for sure. Okay, that ends our second round.
A great technical showing from both competitors.
Little cut there. Very small on Bart's eye, like right on his eyebrow.
We'll see if the doctor tries to take a look at it. But, yeah, like you said, it's small enough that I don't think that would even
No,
warrant.
it's not going to obstruct any vision. I don't even think it's going to drip or bleed too much, so he's okay. What are you saying to Tyler Banks right now, if you're his coach?
If I was Banks, I'd say press the action. Get him. What I would say if I were Tyler Banks' coach, since Tabaszewski likes to move a lot, try to pin him against the ropes or cut him in, or get him into his back to a corner, and don't let him escape out. Angle and cut him off. Don't let him get out, and get those hands on him and respond to these kicks. What seems to be happening, if you've noticed, Phoenix, is Banks is so far on the outside. He'll make Tabaszewski miss, but he's got to leap in to get him then.
100%. And that's the problem. That's what I was saying. Like you just landed with a kick. You're inside. You have that range. Throw more. Give me more.
And
there we go. And he's listened.
Nice low kick to end the exchange there from Tabaszewski. Sure they're watching back in Krzyznia, Poland.
I'm impressed that you just pronounced that correctly. Yeah, see, that's unfortunate too, like the position that you're in.
Yeah, I mean, it's always terrible, too, to see the momentum of a fight get. I mean, you don't want to see somebody get hit in the stones, but also just to see the momentum of it change, especially if it's going to someone's direction. If you remember, like, the Kamaru Usman and Covington fight,
Right.
the first one. I mean, what a barn burner. But, yeah, one low blow could stop everything. Or was it an eye poke? I forget which one it was.
I think it was a low blow in the first fight.
But yeah, that momentum can change, especially it's bad if it's going in your favor and then you accidentally low blow somebody and now you're like, oh, I just,
Right.
I just got in my own way. But it happens. It's an accident. That's the fight game. And here we go. We've got 125. This still could be anybody's fight. But again, Banks getting out and getting out of the way, but not doing anything in response.
Yeah, this is in training, he's going to be like, all right, this is a taller guy. This guy is somebody who's using their legs more, and their legs are starting to push me back. What do I do? How do I change the momentum there? And you see, like, if he checks and counters, like he stays at his range when he checks and counters right away, he's able to fire off.
Nice shot there from Banks that landed without any answer from Tabaszewski.
Yeah, as Banks moved. He moved. He had really good footwork in that exchange.
And we are going to see 35 seconds to go here in this fight. Slowing down a bit with the pace here.
Bart's really doing a good job with using his kicks.
Yeah, throughout this fight, he's done a really nice job of range control. I mean, even the things he misses, he comes back and he's ready to defend or respond. And Banks unable to capitalize. A little mutual teep there.
I'll tell you, in Bart right now, I see that Elijah Clark influence because Elijah Clark was always very good with that, with just using those low kicks inside, outside.
And that'll be the fight, folks. We're going to see how the judges saw that. Really technical, great technical display by Tabaszewski. And I think Tyler Banks, for a second fight, he's going to be very, very dangerous in another fight or two. He's dangerous now, but I mean, this, as you said, if he does, in fact, lose this fight, that's a learning lesson.
Yeah, not worried about him. I think he's a good raw talent, and he has a lot of tools, and he's only going to get better. So I hope to see him again on a future card.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't know what the outcome's going to be here, but
no, but just all credit to him. I mean, like you can obviously see the talent there.
And I think you can see, Tabaszewski's record prior to this 3-4-1. So those 8 fights, you could see that fight experience in not rushing in and the range control and the movement and the angles. I think you could really tell that with him.
The composure was certainly there.
Yeah, and props to Tyler Banks. Second fight takes on a guy with 8 fights.
Right.
That's no small thing to do.
Yeah, it's tough.
And that's the only way you're going to get better.
Very true. Now you add to your fight journal, tall guy likes to kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd really like to know the scores of these fights when they tell us the results.
Let's see. Maybe we'll get them.
And the judges are still tabulating. They're seeing if it adds up in money's favor or for Tabaszewski.
We're up to 12 right now.
This bout, as a result
That was 11.
of judges' unanimous decision, the red corner, Bartek Tabaszewski.
Yeah, it seems like the judges saw the same thing we were seeing here in the booth. A good decision, in my opinion. Banks is only going to learn from that and go back, and we're going to see great things from him in the future. And I hope to see, Tabaszewski in there again. Bart Tabaszewski bringing the win back to Poland.
Yeah, fun. I mean, these are gyms that are in our communities for the most part, and you kind of know each gym's style, and
Yeah.
that's sort of the fun part of this too.